Hey everyone, and welcome back to Divine Beauty Tarot. So, today is another pick a card reading, and this is going to be about what it is your spirit guides want you to know. And they're going to be as brutally honest and upfront as possible here with their messages, what they're trying to get you to pay attention to. Okay. Now, if you've been noticing lately that you just might be seeing like some signs, some synchronicities. You're not quite sure if this is a sign or if your spirit guide is trying to tell you something, but you're not quite sure what it is. This is going to be really them putting it out there, being as straightforward as possible as they can to you with regards to that. So, whatever message they're trying to convey to you, this is going to be that explanation for you as black and white and as transparent as possible. Okay. Now, the reason why I say that is because I asked for the most direct responses I could get, from your spirit guides. So, some of the decks that I chose to use today kind of helped correlate with that. So one of the decks that we used was the Rebel deck. This is the Oracle with an attitude, exactly as the box states. These are very straightforward, blunt responses. So we definitely use those in today's reading. We also use the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle, which you guys can see right here, which were the top of your choices. We also have the Soul's Journey lesson cards and the Tea Leaf fortune cards as well. So I try to get you guys as many messages, very straightforward and direct as possible with this. So if you have been just wondering what it is that, you feel like somebody's trying to tell you something or your dreams are trying to tell you something, but you just can't quite decipher what it means or what it is, then this is going to be the reading for you. Okay. So we have three piles in which you can select from today. We have pile number 1 with the peacock card and the rose quartz crystal. We have pile number 2 with the cobra card and the citrine crystal. And we have pile number 3 with the golden egg card and a sunstone crystal. So if you need to, go ahead and pause the video to meditate on which pile you are feeling most drawn to. As always, I will have the timestamps listed below in the description box. So once you have made your selection, you can go ahead and fast forward to your reading. Okay, so I'm really excited for today's video. I can't wait to see what comes through for you guys. And yeah, I just really can't wait to see like what really resonates with you. That's the thing I think I'm most excited for. So definitely feel free to leave, comments down below on which pile you selected, what resonated, what hit home for you. I would definitely love to see, your guys' responses. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with pile number 1. Hi, group 1. So if you selected the peacock card, then this is going to be your reading. We're going to set this off to the side right now. We're going to start actually with your tarot cards, and then we will go through the rest of your oracle cards. So the first card that we have is the 9 of Cups. Ooh, good card. Got the 9 of Cups. Next, followed by the Page of Cups in reverse. Next with the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Wow, group 1. Okay, we've got some definite positivity here. Okay, what is it that your spirit guides are really wanting you to know right now? What is it that they're trying to convey to you? Well, it definitely seems that they're trying to tell you that there's prosperity coming to you. The things in which you've been hoping for, what you've been wishing for here with the 9 of Cups, it's coming. Okay, so if you've been having any sort of self-doubt, or if you've been wondering like, when's it going to be my time, or when am I going to see, the fruit basically like my hard work paying off. This is it. They're trying to prepare you and trying to get you to see that, your hard work is paying off here. Okay. That 9 of Pentacles there, this usually indicates that the things that you've planted or the things that you've set in motion are finally starting to show, for what you've put into it. So now it's like you're going to reap the rewards here. Okay. Now what's interesting is that with the Page of Cups here in reverse, is that if you have been wondering or just kind of having any sort of self-doubt here in regards to whether or not, like I mentioned earlier, that this is going to work out in your favor, or like if this was, even worth it. Your spirit guides are really just trying to tell you, like, stop blocking yourself and stop being so negative here, because you have exactly what it is that you set out to do. The fact that you have the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, both very favorable cards here, is really indicating that the prosperity and, fulfillment is coming towards you here. Now, it's interesting too if you chose the Peacock card as well, because the Peacock represents internal beauty. It represents, a sense of calmness, and even just, I would say, even like serenity, to a point where you're not someone who holds on to the past, or someone who kind of just take things, digests it as needed, and finds a way to keep moving forward. And I think that's what your spirit guides are really just trying to get you to understand, is that no matter what things may have gone wrong in the past, doesn't mean that it's going to go wrong this time. You have set up everything that you can, for your favor. And this is something that you need to, relish in and be excited for, not have any sort of doubt come in. Okay. Now let's take a look at the rest of your oracle cards so we can get a little bit more clarification. So the first two, these are your Rebel deck oracle cards. So the first card that we have is allow that shit to come to you. Okay. On the back side, it says, don't fucking force it. So very blunt, very straightforward. Don't force this. It's going to happen when it's going to, okay? Like I mentioned earlier, like if you had any doubt, or like maybe a sense of impatience even, of, you're just tired of waiting, this is telling you, just let it happen. It's going to happen. Don't try to force it, okay? The next one that we have is help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. Okay, get over yourself, pull your shit together. So like I said, these are very straightforward here. So again, this is just trying to tell you, you're going to be given a lot, and in doing so, it might be good to also give back to others, or do something nice for other people, in a way to just kind of keep you humbled, in a way to kind of keep you more grounded too. Especially, like I said, if you've just been, really wondering when or if this is your time, if you're finally going to get ahead, you are, but you also want to be able to give when you can as well here. Okay. So let's take a look at your other oracle cards. So we have the Soul's Journey oracle. We have gratitude. Look at that. So this says, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So your spirit guides really want you to express gratitude. Hence why we've got this here as well. The, giving back to others. Okay. So there's a strong emphasis here in giving back, expressing gratitude, showing thanks for the things that you do have. Okay. No wallowing, no worrying. It wants you to just live in the moment, or they want you to live in the moment, but also show thanks, be grateful. We are coming up, if you live here in the United States, we're coming up upon Thanksgiving. So this is usually a time where we reflect on the things in which we are thankful for the things in which we do have. And this is definitely where your spirit guides want you to kind of be in that same headspace of be thankful, be grateful. You're coming into some good things here. So always be gracious for the things that you have. Okay. So the next oracle cards that we have, these are your tea leaf fortune cards. So we're going to start with your first one. So we have February. So February can definitely be an important month here for you guys. This could be like when things start to turn around, which is coming up soon. That's in about 3 months. Okay. And as you have both nines here, this means that you're coming towards completion. So you might reach that full circle moment come February for you. Okay. The next one that we have is Bow. Let's try to get this to focus. There we go. You are highly thought of. Okay. Next we have Inkpot, problems to be resolved. Next we have Broom, new home, new attitude. Ooh, I love that. So there's definitely a possibility for a new home, new beginning here. Could happen in February. And then we have Dogs, getting together with friends. All right. So, group one, that was your quick message here from your spirit guides, what it is that they want you to know. They really are trying to get across to you. They really just want you to understand you were coming into something here, and you should definitely show gratitude for the things you have. There's no point in, worrying about maybe things from the past. As we mentioned here with that peacock energy, there's no point in doing so. If anything, just digest it and move on. Okay. And don't force it. It's coming. Okay. And definitely looks like for many of you, we've got February as a big month. So definitely let me know down in the comment section down below if this resonated with you. I would love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and consider giving it a thumbs up, as it truly helps out the channel. I want to thank you so much for watching, and we are going to move on to group number 2. Hi, group 2. So if you selected the Cobra card in the citrine crystal, then this is going to be your reading. So we're going to start here. We're going to put your Cobra card here off to the side. We're going to go through that here in a moment. And we're going to start with your tarot cards and see what messages we have. So the first card that we have is the Three of Wands, followed by the Judgment card and the Magician. All right, so group 2, you guys are off to a pretty good start here. So what is it that your spirit guides are wanting you to know right now? What is it that they're trying to be brutally honest about? It definitely seems like they are recognizing you are on a new path here, that you are ready to embark on something new. It's almost like an awakening, even for some of you. You might feel like you finally had this epiphany, or feel like you finally found your calling on what it is that you want to do, or where it is that you want to go. So it's like you're getting ready to kind of embark on this new journey or this new venture. And they're really just trying to tell you, like, you have all the tools necessary. There's a reason why you're having maybe, or seeing some synchronicities, or seeing some things, or having like very vivid dreams as of late. If that's you, or if you've been kind of noticing that, it's because you're going through this awakening. Some of you might be going through a spiritual awakening, where you're really tapping into your spirituality, getting more in touch with your intuition, and kind of knowing what it is that you want to do in life, or what it is that you feel called to do. Okay. Now, for many, that can seem like, okay, that's great, but how do I start? Where do I go from here? And what it is that your spirit guides are really just trying to tell you, like, look, you have the tools necessary. We have the Magician card here, which says that you have everything at your disposal. Whatever it is, as far as like your ideas, the tools necessary, the connections, things like that. Like, you have everything at your disposal, so to speak. And all you need to do is start making it happen. This is all about that manifestation. So if you are, very familiar with how to manifest, then this is how you kind of get started. You start working on your manifestation. If you're not sure what necessarily manifestation is, think of law of attraction, think of, whatever it is that you envision yourself doing, or whatever it is that you vision yourself being, the type of person that you want to be. This is you kind of like putting it out into the universe and already living, or trying to live like that person that you ultimately see yourself being. So I'll give you an example. If you see yourself working at a higher paying job, what would you be dressing like at this higher paying job? What kind of car would you drive at this higher paying job? What would you do during the week or on the weekends if you had this higher paying job? Thinking like that, as if that you've already accomplished it, or that you've already achieved it, is how it gets you to attract that towards you, with your manifestation. Okay. Now, what's interesting with the Three of Wands, because the Three of Wands usually represents kind of like the start of this journey, or kind of like the starting of your ideas, and like where it is that you're wanting to go. This is kind of like the taking action, or starting to move forward towards whatever it is that you're trying to work your way towards, right? As I mentioned with the Judgment card, this is kind of just like getting to that point of like that aha moment of, okay, things are happening, things are changing. I have these ideas. I feel like I finally know who I am. I feel like I kind of know where I want to be. that Magician card is really what's telling you, look, now you need to manifest it. Now you need to make it happen and work on it and bring it into existence. Okay. Now it's interesting if you also chose, you chose this pile obviously based the fact that we had the Cobra card on top. Now the Cobra card is interesting because this represents a almost like an inner teacher, somebody who is very patient, or who's kind of just like waiting for you to get to this point, waiting for you to get to the point where you're ready to learn, where you're ready to take in these new ideas and make them into a reality. So the Cobra in a way can represent, your spirit guides patiently waiting for you to get to that point and be like, okay, are you ready for our help? Are you ready for us to help guide you? Because we know you have what it takes. We know you're ready. We just need you to get onto the same page. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so that's really kind of what's interesting about all this is like we kind of have this full circle moment where without realizing, what was underneath the deck, you choosing the Cobra card kind of was a push or a shove to get you to see, like, see, look, I've been here all along. I've been trying to get you to see what everyone else sees or what we see. Now we need you to see the same thing. Okay. So let's take a look at your other oracle cards. We can get a few more messages here. So we're going to start with your Soul's Journey Oracle. So the first card that we have is Envy. Interesting. So this says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Okay. So I feel like this is, a very kind of straightforward message in the sense of like, there's no need to envy anyone else, or there's no need to have any sort of envy within yourself as to why it is that maybe it's taken you, maybe this long to get to the point where you're at, or maybe this long to realize your full potential. There's no point in being envious. It's just realizing that, everybody is on their own paths. And sometimes we have more challenges than others, but it doesn't mean that we're behind or ahead. It just means we're on our own path. Okay. The next card that we have is Discipline. So this says, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Absolutely. So this makes me think of that Cobra card as well, and just being very disciplined and being mentally ready and prepared for this new chapter, for this new journey that you are going to work towards, because this is going to take a lot of your mental clarity and for you to be disciplined to work towards this goal that you are trying to get to. Okay. Now let's take a look at your Rebel deck oracle. So the first card that we have is Don't Let Your Issues Fuck It Up. Some good shit is about to happen. Okay. I love these cards. So again, what I love about that is this is just a strong emphasis on the fact that there's no need in getting in your own way. You are having this aha moment or this epiphany for a reason. Okay. Good things are coming towards you. You just now have to let it be, trust in the universe that you are on the right path here. Okay. The next card that we have is You Are a Badass, Act Like It. You are giving away your power. Oh, I love this. So for those of you who are questioning or who are wondering, like, do I have what it takes? Don't let go of that. Don't give away any bit of power that you are gaining from this new realization that you have what it takes to manifest what you truly desire. Okay. You're working your body, your mind, your spirituality, you're getting on a higher level right now, whether you fully realize this or not. Okay. You're working towards something ultimately. And you don't want to kind of stand in your own way by any sort of doubt, by any sort of envy. If anything, you want to get in that right mindset. Once you're there, that's what's going to get you to where you want to be. And I feel like primarily this is really what your spirit guides are trying to tell you, is like, get in that right mind, clear out any sign of negativity, stay focused on your goal. Okay. You're going to get there. Just stay focused. All right. Now we're going to move on to your tea leaf fortune cookie cards. So the first one that we have, I say fortune cookie. Sorry, I said fortune cards. All right. So the first one that we have is Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Okay. Next we have Bird Flying. News is on the way. Next we have I. Psychic ability. Trust your intuition. Absolutely. Next we have marriage. So this could possibly have to do with a marriage. We have heart, love, deep affection, and caring. Oh, so we definitely have some love going on here. Next, we have cat, a two-faced friend. Okay, that could explain maybe that envy there. We have ladder, climbing toward success. Absolutely. And then the last one that we have is May. So May could be very significant for you guys in regards to either when you reach this level of success that you're trying to work towards. Okay. This could just be the starting point for many of you. For others, you know, again, May could just be very important. The fact that we have marriage here, this could mean that you are getting married in the month of May. That could be an indication. Now, I do want to talk about this cat card that we have. So a two-faced friend. So this just makes me think of any doubt that you could be having as to whether or not you're capable of this manifestation. This could be somebody who, you know, acts like a friend, but really isn't. Okay. They could be envious of the fact that you are on your path. You're doing what it is that you're wanting to do. And they may not be as supportive as they're pretending to be. Okay. So you don't want that to be a distraction towards your goal here. I know that can be difficult, especially if this is somebody that you consider someone close to you. But for many of you, one of the main things here is just being aware, really being focused and disciplined on what it is that you are trying to work towards and making it happen. This is what your spirit guides want you to know. This is what they're wanting you to understand, and just enjoy the process. You guys are amazing and you're going to get there. So Group 2, that was your reading. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below if this resonated with you. I would love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and consider giving it a thumbs up, as it truly helps out the channel. I want to thank you so much for watching, and we are going to move on to our final group. Hi, Group 3. So if you selected the Golden Egg card and the Sunstone crystal, then this is your reading. So we're going to go ahead and lay off this card to the side, and we're going to start with your tarot cards, and then we will go through the rest of your oracle cards. So the first tarot card that we have is the Four of Cups, followed by the Sun in reverse. And then we have the Devil. Interesting. Okay, so Group 3, what is it that your spirit guides are trying to be very blunt and straightforward with you about? This is interesting. So it definitely seems like they're trying to get you to understand 100%. I'm getting the vibe of this Four of Cups card here, to not be so focused or like, you know, hanging on to something that didn't necessarily work out the way that you were hoping. They're trying to get you to see that there are better things ahead, that this hiccup or this obstacle that presented itself to you, you know, that maybe got you into this headspace or this funk even, of just like, why didn't it work? What did I do wrong? How could I have done that? You know, whatever. They're just trying to get you to understand, like, look, things happen. Unfortunately, you know, it did happen the way that it did, but it doesn't mean that that's the end all be all. They're trying to show you, like, look, you have other opportunities being presented to you. I love the visualness with the Four of Cups, because this to me can't be any more clear. Okay, you see somebody sitting there just kind of being unbothered by these full Four Cups being presented to them. If anything, they're just dwelling on what went wrong, you know, what happened, and they're not even seeing that they're being presented these new opportunities, you know, with full cups, and they're just so in their own head that they're refusing to see the bigger picture. Okay, and that's really kind of what I feel like is the whole emphasis here on for you guys, or what the message is. Because even though we have the Sun card here in reverse, the Sun is never a negative card. It's always very positive. It represents new beginnings. It represents change, abundance. But when it's in the reversal, it just means that things just might not be coming as quickly, due to the fact that there could be an obstacle on the way, or that there's just, something kind of preventing it from happening as quickly as it wants to come in. Now, in this case, I definitely am getting the sense that it could be you. You could be standing in your own way here. Now, with the Devil card as well, this is indicating that you feel almost like you're trapped, or almost like you're just stuck in this headspace, this negative headspace. This makes me think of the cartoon version, when you have the angel and devil on your shoulder and you're listening to the devil. The devil's talking in your ear and telling you like all these negative things, and you're listening more to that than you are the angel. So that's really what this kind of represents here. And what your spirit guides are trying to tell you is to stop. Stop listening to that negativity. Stop being in your own headspace. Okay, now's the time to realize that you have what it takes to get yourself out of this. Okay, one of the things that really stands out, especially too with the Devil card, is that, even though with the visual, it looks like these two people are chained, in reality, they're not. They can unchain themselves. But the devil has convinced them or manipulated them in thinking that there's no other option, that they are chained to these thoughts. They're never going to get away from this situation or this addiction or whatever it may be. That instead the devil has full control. That it doesn't. You have control. So realistically, what I'm seeing here is that this is just trying to remind you that you have the power to get yourself out, or, look past what has been presented to you. Okay. And you have, the opportunity for new abundance to come in, or new possibilities, to come into your life here. All right. So let's take a look at your oracle cards. We can get a little bit more clarification here. So we're going to start here with your soul's journey oracle. So the first one that we have is regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay. Absolutely. So I very, very heavily was picking up on that there was something from the past, sort of weighing on you here, especially with that Four of Cups, just not really looking to the future. It's like you're fixated on what went wrong. So there could be a sense of regret there, just a sense of feeling like you could have done more, or, just why did it work out that way? So it's like you're replaying this situation over and over, trying to find a different result. And unfortunately, there isn't one. It was what it was. It happened. So you have to understand that you cannot change the past. Okay. The next card that we have is grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Absolutely. Okay. So again, you have regret and grief. Both, I feel like, are 100%, good representations of the situation in particular. I feel like it couldn't be more clear here with the fact that you have your Four of Cups and the Devil card in the same spread. Okay. Your spirit guides are really just trying to tell you that there's no point in grieving or feeling any form of regret over what happened. It happened. Instead of, focusing on how it happened, it's more so just looking at how it did, and appreciate it that you did have, that opportunity, or appreciate, any sort of good or fine line, even if this had to do with a relationship. Appreciate the fact that you had this kind of relationship in the first place, when it was good. When it was bad, it was bad. When it was good, it was good. That's all you can do, and just learn to move forward. Okay. Now we're going to move on to your Rebel deck oracle. So these are very straightforward and these are very blunt. So I do apologize in advance. So the first card that we have is watch out, shit could get ugly. On the back, it says you are being shady. Okay. So I don't know about that. The next one we have is eat some yummy shit. Bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. Step away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. So yeah, don't be so hard on yourself here, okay? You could be in the sense of like you could be shady or you're being shady. This could just mean like you might be a little jilted just from, what you went through or the experiences that you went through. Like I said, this makes me think of that Four of Cups energy. Look, he's like, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to have anything to do with this that's being, presented to me. So if you find that that's you or that's kind of how your attitude has been affected, really kind of take a step back and reevaluate how it is that maybe you're treating others. Maybe those who are trying to offer sympathy or those who are trying to offer support. You don't want to push those people away. They're just trying to be there for you. And I know it sucks. And I know there's probably, some of you going through a lot deeper things that maybe I'm picking up on, but I understand hurt is hurt, and regardless of that, it's okay to be in your feelings. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that what is, and it's time to be able to let it go and just find a way to move forward. Okay. All right. The next card that we have is everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. Says you are going through some tough shit. Okay, again, I told you guys these are going to be very, really honest. So again, this understands that you have gone through it. You are going through it. Okay. And I know it really sucks, like I just said, but this isn't going to be the time where you just sit there and you wallow in self-pity. You need at some point to pick yourself up and get going. Okay. Now it's interesting if you guys did choose this pile based on the golden egg. Obviously this was your card on top. Now, one thing that the golden egg really represents is this represents like our heart chakra. Okay. And with this, it talks about, feeling like you need to kind of get back more into Zen. So for some of you, yeah, this could very well have to deal with the fact that you could have been dealing with a heartbreak of some sort, which is why you're kind of feeling like you just don't want to have anything to do with people right now. You kind of just want to be all about your feelings. Okay. But what this really is trying to tell you is that this wants you to really pay attention to what your intuition is really trying to convey to you. Okay. Really listen to your heart right now. And I know that can be difficult while you're struggling with your hurting, but a way to go about this would be through like meditation, through yoga. Kind of get yourself back into that Zen-like space is what's going to kind of help get you to move on or to accept even what has happened so you can move on. Okay. So it is funny that if you selected that for that reason, because that's the interpretation of that card there. Okay. Now your final oracle cards that we have, I'm going to kind of move these. Oh, so sorry. I'm going to move these over just a little bit so we can go through your tea leaf fortune cards. So the first one that we have Dagger, and this says fear, worries, tense situations. We have Older Woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. We have Dark Man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. We have Bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. We have Stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Okay. And then the last one that we have is Haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. Okay. So this is interesting. So for some of you, this definitely could be a karmic relationship in which you were going through. I say that just because I don't feel like necessarily this was something negative on your part. It could have been, but that's not fully what I'm getting here. But the fact that we have karma, I feel like for many of you, this may feel like a karmic relationship. Okay. So this might be why it's a little bit more difficult to move past, or why you're having maybe a little bit of an issue, feeling like you feel stuck, like you can't unchain yourself from the situation. Now, do keep in mind, this isn't 100% just a relationship. So for those of you who chose this pile, I don't want you to feel like that's all that it pertains to. It doesn't. It just pertains to the fact that you feel stuck for some reason to a situation that you couldn't control, or that, didn't go the way that you were hoping it would. And right now you're just kind of in your feelings. And so your spirit guides are really just trying to tell you that, you know what? Unfortunately, things happened, but you need to accept and find a way to, move forward without taking this with you. Okay. And they recognize that. They recognize that you're hurting. They recognize that this wasn't easy. But they want you to realize, like, you do have better times ahead. Okay. And I think that's really what they're trying to get to you to see, that happier times are still available to you. You just have to want it, and you just have to be able to release yourself from this stress, or from, this fear, or, worried situation that you find yourself in. Okay. So, group 3, that was your message. Definitely let me know down below if this resonated with you. I would love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and consider giving this video a thumbs up, as it truly helps out the channel. I really want to thank you guys so much for watching. It truly means the world to me to have you guys tune into these videos. And, definitely feel free to comment down below, with any future suggestions on other videos that you would like to see me film for you in the future. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, evening, wherever you are in this beautiful world. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.